must be the foolish healer. Hello, I'm Whitney, and I'm the art director at Compulsion Games.
Hey, I'm Zaire, and I'm one of the writers at Compulsion Games.
Right now, we're working on South of Midnight. It's a third-person action-adventure game set in a folkloric version of the Deep South.
So in South of Midnight, you play as Hazel. Her mother gets swept away in a trailer during a hurricane, and as Hazel is looking for help, she encounters creatures who have their own issues that she helps them solve.
Hey, Hazel.
Who's there?
Up here. You find your mama yet?
Today, we're excited to talk a bit more about the creatures, specifically our narrator, the catfish, who you meet, pretty early on in the game, and he's a pretty important character.
A talking fish? Nope. Ain't no way.
Catfish is voiced by a man named Walter. So we really looked for people who were from the South, who would have kind of that southern background and authenticity. And he's a great guy. He's 70 years old, plays fiddle, really cool. He was really excited about the project. I think this is one of his first voice acting jobs, if I remember correctly.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
So after we meet Catfish, you are set to heal Benji, and he lives in this remote Cajun community that has been abandoned for many years. And as you explore that region, you understand kind of why it's been abandoned, what happened to Benji, why he became that tree, and what his connection to Rhubarb, this sort of eccentric, off-the-grid character that you meet early on. You kind of get to know what their relationship is and what happened there.
You're welcome to try bottling up the pain, but the roots of this trouble go deep.
We have an awesome audio director, Chris, and he really wanted to make sure we had a special song for each of our main creatures you meet in the region, and that song tells a story, and you learn about the characters and the backstory through that song.
Benji's name, he saw things different. He was my shame, and I said goodbye. I said farewell. I took my hammer, my ticket to hell.
So the music is kind of done in parcels. So you'll get part of a story. So you'll get a few lines, maybe 2, 3, 4 times throughout each zone, and they tell a little bit more of the story. And then when you unlock most of the context, you'll have a final, either a boss fight or an encounter with the creature. And during that final encounter, like with Benji, when you're climbing the tree, you'll hear the full song.
He was my brother, Benji his name. He saw things different.
Hey, you.
Wait a second. You're the guy they just tossed in, aren't you? No, don't say anything. I know it. You just got that what the fuck did I get myself into look on your face. I'm guessing you already know we're stuck up here.
Yeah. I'm looking for a place to camp. Apparently there's a shadow beast out here.
There is? We saw it too. It's a big bloody bastard. Hey, why don't we make a deal? You help me hunt that flock of scavs, and in return, we share the food, and you can sleep at our fire. It's in the old miners' camp across the flooded mine, and it's well sheltered. What do you say?
How do I know this isn't a trap?
You mean, am I the big bad villain who wants to rob the poor freshie of all his non-existent nuggets? No offense, friend, but if I had a problem with you, you'd already be dead.
What's in this for you? You look like you could kill those scavs yourself.
Ain't you a wary one? Good. Now first, I remember what it was like to get tossed in here and have everyone trying to fuck me over. Second, if it turns out you're at least a little less useless than the average freshie, I might just tell you to piss on what Diego probably told you and try joining our camp. The new camp instead. The one where you don't have to blow sugar up Gomez's ass for the rest of your life. But that can wait. First, we hunt.
Deal. What's the strategy?
There ain't one. Those birds are as dumb as rocks, so you charge in and make short work of them. Just don't let them surround you. Tell me when you're ready, then we go.
Let's hunt.
Music to my ears. You got a weapon?
No.
Are you serious? Then go find one. I can wait a few more minutes.
Hey, you.
Stand guard. On me. Bloody hell.
Gothic!
Every man has an animal within. If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
From the studio that brought you Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Part 2. Neverwinter Nights, Part 2. And Fallout 3, Part 2. New Vegas. Comes a completely original Part 2. And like all good sequels, we've included everything that should have been in the first game. More action. More weapons. And more graphics. Get ready for an adventure that took 3 times longer to make, but will almost certainly be 2 times bigger.
Baby, 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 you ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. There's something that you're never gonna forget. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet.
In 2025. Welcome back to the future. Try not to break it again.
Wasp, up there. Careful, that's a hornet.
Found an septic.
This is it.
Some plastic.
Looks like they got what they came for. And now it's time to get out of here. Everything that you find will be lost if you don't make it out alive. But raiders know this. It's what they do. Raider contacted. The raider we are following is on a quest, a job to obtain a seed vault from a research facility deeper into the city. The others in the squad are after medical supplies, some rare parts, and their best lead is a pharmacy nearby.
I found some chemicals.
A red flare is a signal of a raider getting knocked down. But you never really know what happened there until you go look. Could have been a fight between raiders or ARC. You never know.
Wasp, over there.
Let's go there.
Wasp.